Another day and Bitcoin still hovering at 23,000. Looked like it was ready for a big breakout coming into this week, and it fell flat just as stocks did the same. Scott Bauer joins us from Prosper Trading Academy, the CEO, here with us this afternoon. Scott, so Bitcoin, give us a little heads up that maybe the rally's running out of steam?
Well, since about 6 weeks or so, this Bitcoin has just traded hand in hand really with the NASDAQ. And we've seen it trade, pretty much all year with the NASDAQ, with the triple Qs. The correlation's unbelievable. So, we've seen a little bit of steam come out of the Qs here. Same with Bitcoin here. But let me just tell you that overall, Bitcoin dominance is at its low since early May, which means people are feeling a little bit more comfortable going back into altcoins and into DeFi. But what we've also seen, Oliver, in this consolidation period, and we know that Bitcoin, every time it consolidates like this, we know it's going to make a massive move. But we've seen some higher highs. We've seen some higher lows since that, kind of mid-June level here. And it's kind of getting us back to levels before all that news came out about Celsius and the Three Arrow Capital demise. So in this coiling here, 26.5 to the upside is really what to watch for. That's only going to happen if we get a print tomorrow in CPI that the market likes, that the NASDAQ rallies on. 22.5, which is not so far below this 23 level here, that is very, very solid support. Now, down below, for those looking at real deep order flow, between the 17 and the 19,000 level, which is where we hit that area on that flash a couple months ago.
Yep.
There are still a lot of orders loaded up there, almost like people are anticipating that level again. So tomorrow could be the catalyst for a huge move either way, depending on what the CPI print is. But really, as you've said, this 23 level, that's the coiling. 26.5 to the upside, 22.5 is the support.
That 22.5, Scott, I like the point about that as being this support level pretty well defined around there since this month began pretty much. And I guess that potentially opens the door. It sounds like the levels that you're looking at, there's a pretty big gap then between the short-term support here this month and then where we might have to go to test the real conviction much lower down there, sub 20. So are we at a moment where it's a make or break out, push to 26, highest we've been since the spring, or return back to the lows?
I don't know if this is the moment or not. I mean, if you could tell me if the bear market rally in the equities is over for right now, then yeah, I'd say this is the moment. I don't know that is going to be the case, and I think tomorrow's CPI print could be what leads to the breakout either to the up or the downside. But this level here, we know it is not going to stay here. 23 is not going to stay here, and I think it's just really, really not out of the ordinary. But seeing all those orders load up at that at those levels where we had that flash crash, a couple months ago here, maybe that's not out of the question.
And to your point, responding to inflation tomorrow, just to be clear for the coiner narrative, you're of the belief that high inflation, hot number, bad stocks, bad Bitcoin.
Yeah, absolutely. There's going to be, in my opinion, a pretty much 1-to-1 beta, 100% correlation with what the market does tomorrow. So, we'll see what that print is. We'll see what the dollar does. We'll see what that number is. Everybody's expecting that number to come down, but how much is that number going to come down from what we saw last month?
Okay. All right. Good stuff. Thanks, Scott. Nice setup for us. Oliver. We're going to revisit this subject in the second half, but